Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing what the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo's wife, said. And this was interesting because I had raised the scenario, or mentioned a scenario earlier, where you find a woman who is just like maybe like an Obiajulu, you know, modern woman who has dreams and aspirations. She wants to do big things. But life happened. She ended up with somebody who is a nice guy, but because his foundation is from somebody like this, his mother, this is the kind of mother he has, who has sort of layered him with information of like, you're the man, you're the boss, you can't be wrong, you're the one in charge. When these two people come together, there'll be friction, right? Yeah. So there are many women in this situation right now where they are married to such men. Now, is there no wisdom, therefore, in what this woman is advising? That if you have a man like that, when things happen, you don't expect sorry, because that is his bad. He doesn't expect you.
But what about how you are?
So therefore, in that kind of situation, you humble yourself, no matter what happens, let him be Lord and Master, but you can still get your way. Even him being Lord and Master. Yeah. There's a way you do it such that you come across as subservient, but eventually you can still nibble your way through to his heart, such that in future, you always get your way.
So I think that's the wisdom. Now that you have made it a specific man,
yes.
So we're not talking to all men and all husbands and all wives. We're talking to a specific kind of man who has determined that I'm the Lord and Master, and you will not breathe until I say you breathe. You would not do a certain kind of job until I say, you know, I have to give you permission to chase your dreams.
Leave, yeah.
You know, there are some people that would get up. Many marriages, they'll get up and they're chasing their dreams, and the husband is just there to support, cheerleader and everything. Yes. You know, and there are some people you have to ask their permission to use a phone.
Yes.
I've seen conversations on social media where some men have said, I've banned my wife from using social media, and I'm wondering, is this a real wife or is it a child bride, you know? But there are some people like that, and as you said, since you specified it, if you find yourself in that kind of marriage, you cannot go in there with your shoulders high. So I guess Mommy is trying to say, those kind of men, we know them. This is the way to do it with them.
Yes.
You'll be cunning. You'll be, I don't know if I should call it wisdom, but you'll be cunning. You'll be, you know, you hide yourself. You subdue yourself. You are not important until you find a way that then he will finally look at you and let you. I would not want that for my child. I would not like for her to meet a man like that, that she has to almost deceive him into believing she's a different kind of person. Everything that she has inside her, everything that she wants to be, she cannot be until he gives her permission.
Okay, let me, I think I have a caller. Dr. Moyo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Yes. By the way, congratulations on the success of your master's degree.
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Moyo. I never get certificates.
People see marriage in different ways. I don't subscribe to the idea of this philosophy is not okay at all, because in the first place it creates a toxic relationship where it's not like a master-slave relationship. In my perspective, I think marriage is companionship. And secondly, godliness also talks about mutual respect. There is pride is satanic. It does not come from God. Pride should have no place in marriage at all. Both people should be respectful of each other's feelings. And I don't know of any relationship where pride can work. There's no place. Boss to subordinate, colleagues at work. Pride, there's no relationship that can ever be sustained with pride.
All right.
So I think this ideology is the thing that creates angry, respectful women. They are not the kind of things that create a happy woman. And whatever you put in a woman is what you will put in your child in the first place.
All right, thank you, Dr. Moyo. I want us to, because we all agree that this is not the ideal type of marriage. But one of the benefits we have on this show is that we see various types of marriage. And today we are addressing this type of marriage. Whether we like it or not, this woman has entered this marriage. She's married to this man. So, as I said, going back to it, so how does a woman who knows the kind of person she's married, you know, she doesn't have that ideal kind of man. How do you then, so wouldn't you call this advice wisdom for that woman? Or you're insisting that, no, that man must change because it's marriage should be 50-50. No, he can't
there are
change.
different types of marriage, and I wanted to agree with Miriam that this is a strategy mothers have used over the years to survive marriage. So, for some mothers, they look at the end goal. I can't raise my children alone. I have 7 or 10 of them. This man is still the provider, and so therefore is Lord. So see, if my goal is to have well-formed, developed, and successful children, I will put up with this as my strategy to get there.
Yes.
So they clear their eye, they know it. So things like unapologetic husbands and all these things will not offend them because they are looking at the goal. And you see such women, they actually do survive.
Yes.
But there are women who, they cannot just deal with that resentment and they die before their time. Their children now grow bitter because they saw what the father puts their mothers through and abandon the father because maybe he does the mistake of even just moving on. Or, you know, we've seen some worse cases.
Yes.
And so you know yourself. And you know that, okay, me now, I can take all of this. I will deal. I will still have whole, complete, well-formed children at the end of the day. And so you can put up with it. So be clear about that strategy. Yes. But if you know yourself that you are just going to be bitter, bottling it, and then maybe the child is back to do your head well. Is that not your useless father that is doing me like this?
That's
and
what we see most of the time.
You are growing the child. You're growing the child. And some will not even say to the child, but the child will walk in the corners and see them crying. And the child will be like, is this because of what daddy just said? Or some will hear their father talk down at their mothers and wonder, ah. And the child just continues to grow up. Build up that resentment.
So know thyself. If you can handle it,
your goal, yes. If you can
let me take this call. Good morning, are you there?
Okay, walk out.
Hello, good morning. Bolaji, are you there? Okay, BC.
Yes, so what I see some of the time is as a strategy to survive by some of these women who had to endure this for years till their children are grown. When their children are now grown, they turn the face of their children away from the man. That's mostly the end result that I see. Looking through, you know, my childhood growing up and all the people around me. And then you see the man in his older years complaining that the children no longer pay attention to him. It's only their mother they know. It's only their mother they send money. It's only their mother they do this. Because the truth is these children observe. They see what is happening. They know when a woman is not happy. Even if you don't tell your child, you see some children will come and hug you. Mommy, just hug me. Mommy, are you okay? They are sensitive beings. So in the bid to protect them because you want them to be housed under one roof, they see all of those toxicity. So what happens is some of the men pick it up from their father. This is how to treat wives going forward. When they marry, they are playing the life of their father to their modern wife because they are modern now, but they have a cassette player underneath that is olden days. They are playing that. That's issues in marriage, one hand. We now have women who take up how their mothers have, you know, been treated, and they feel, okay, that's normal once you're a man. And because of this, they offend you. You say sorry as a woman. You offend them. You say sorry as a woman. We have raised a lot of badly behaved men who do not take responsibility for their actions, who always feel that they can get away with how they treat women, how they treat their wives, till they start having daughters. When they start having daughters, those same men will change and say, you dare not talk to my daughter anyhow. You dare not do this anyhow. So, for a balance, if you have already entered in such a relationship where the man is like this, please keep having that conversation with him. No, I wouldn't want to say any man is a stone.
If he gives you the permission.
If he gives, that's another thing. The permission. But find a way. There are programs that they have, if you are a religious person, where people are beginning to understand that we all need to treat...
This woman gave a strategy, say enter the bedroom. She said it in her speech.
And beg him for...
Romantically, there's a way you do it to get... So from the mommy's side, it is still that when you enter the bedroom, there's a way you do it to get him to...
Or you just accept your fate.
Moyo,
and accept the strategy. Let me take this call from James. James, are you there? Hello, James, are you there?
Network.
I think we lost like yes.
So some extreme cases is allowing him his way, even if it is evil. Incest. Child rape.
You see that?
No. Extreme cases.
Yes, James, are you there?
We will talk.
Hello, James, are you there? Go ahead, Nima.
So some women would then put up with it. I know someone who was sharing in tears that, you know, her sisters while living with her were abused by her husband. But the marriage is still, she's still in that marriage.
Jesus.
And I was like, Alpha. You know, every time I say, I'm just like, and someone once said to me, is that enough grounds to break a marriage? You know, so some outrageous things that, you know, these women covered up. that we cannot even sit down here and mention. So if it is something, maybe your values, don't be too hungry and so hopeless that, you know, you will say, no, it cannot be. I know women who broke out of such situations. Some had to leave children. They ran out of the house. They cannot deal with ordinary infidelity. They ran out mad. Some could not take the beating, the pommeting, and they ran out and said, okay, you know, go kill him, Pekin, but me, I don't want to die. And they left the children. And fast forward later, everybody is fine. Because the children are able to now see, and, you know, they saw their fathers in the ways they are, and were able to forgive their mother running out. Right. Yeah. Well, some will say, stay there.
Okay, let's wrap up on this topic.
Okay, yes. So for me, it will be that I know that many times when people want to talk about marriage, the first person or the group, gender they want to advise is the woman, and constantly telling her how she needs to form and reform and redo her body, standard, you know, to accept a man. But I think that there needs to also be the conversation to men as well. The other day we talked about who is talking to the boys. So I would like mommy now to talk to the boys and tell them that it is wickedness to be that sort of way. Someone with pride, someone that does not listen, the end will only be bad. Somebody like that would not be successful in marriage, in business, in whatever sort of relationship that they have. So it's important that men need to start understanding, because for some men, to be fair, it's what they have been told. And many times, those ones who even show a little kindness and show a different way, the boys will sit down and be calling, why are you behaving like that? Are you a woman rapper? So, you know, so we need to talk to men about kindness. And kindness would only flourish. Yeah. Your wife would love you. Your wife would be submissive to you. If you're so, you know, into that submission thing. They say a woman is only submissive to a man who makes her secure. So she's sure that she's getting love. She's sure she's getting attention. She's sure that she'll get your ear. And this is not to say that we're asking men to be yes men to their wives. We're saying that even when she's wrong, there's a way you can tell her, you know.
Let me take this call from Soki from Abuja. Are you there? Hello, Soki.
Good.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning.
I just want to make a contribution.
Please do.
Yes, I'm here. I want contribution to the topic. I want to say that what Madam Adoke Obasanjo said is very good, and I believe if most ladies for good marriages adhere to our advice, they will be able to resolve their crisis. There is no hard and fast rule in marriage. They say, if you don't expect, you don't get disappointed. So if you expect your man to be a perfect man, an angel, so you don't expect him to make mistakes, then you have problems. Every woman will have shortcomings. But you should also understand that what you feel is wrong in some clients might be right in other clients. So if you have an open mind and a flexible mind to be able to accommodate the weaknesses of your husband,
Soki, let me be sure I understand you. Soki, 1 second. Soki, can you hear me?
That is my take on
Soki, can you hear me?
It's not for everyone.
Hello? Soki, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Before you
you can't hear me. Soki, can you hear me? I really wanted to be clear on what's part of this conversation.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, can you listen to the tea?
Contributed what I want to say.
Oh.
Okay, Festus Akimboyewa tried to put it in context on Facebook. He says, why don't you contextualize the statement so that we can understand the context in which the statement was made? I think Mrs. Aduke Obasanjo's advice to wives is not to be dogmatic. Some wives can keep malice until their husbands apologize. So I think if you put it in this context, if you put this in this context now, men keep malice. Which one is malice now?
Not
because of apology. Let's not be petty. If it's that one, if it is this context, which one is malice until marriage scatter?
Okay. So
it's true.
There's a part of the scripture that says, "Do not treat the wife of your youth badly." When your wife is not happy, doors of blessings will be shut on you as a man. Some men have struggled for a very long time, and they're finding it difficult to, they're not even understanding what's happening, why the breakthroughs are not coming. Check how you are treating the wife of your youth. Even the scripture said it. I just can't remember the exact place right now. But check how you are treating the wife of your youth. There's a sweetness that comes from, showing humility, enjoying humility from a place of love. When a woman knows that the husband loves her, the humility in another level. On her own, she will be doing things, she will be pleasing you, pleasing your family. Your family will see it because she's coming from a place of vibrant love. She's enjoying the atmosphere you have created for her. She will stand and fight for you spiritually and physically. That is the role of a woman. She's your helpmeet. She's there to make sure that you achieve your highest potential. That's why you are together. So if you do not give her that conducive environment to ensure that you flourish as the head of the home first, even before her, you are doing yourself a disservice. So easy to say, sorry, let's have peace. Baby, oh yeah, sorry now, what is it? It's okay, sorry. I did not mean it. Or I'm sorry, it happened. And we move on. We move on to something that will be more productive. Why are we grabbing shoulder? I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Go and buy fish with it in the market now.
But there's also that male ego. That it is in the interest of certain women who have certain kind of husbands to manage. Because if we're hanging there, because if you don't manage it, it is to you, you're doing yourself a disservice.
And so when you manage it and your heart is not pleased,
no, your
heart cannot be pleased. If you're managing that ego because I want peace, I don't want demands for Allah, I want peace. In your heart of hearts, you are not pleased. When you are praying for him, it will not work. That's the point I'm making.
I'll come to you, Nima. So if you because of him, and you manage it, and he's happy, the moment he's happy,
you are not happy.
No, the moment he's happy, the atmosphere of the home changes. And your own happiness begins to flourish. Because
so your happiness is tied to his happiness. He has to be happy first before you're happy.
We are looking at ego from an attack point of view. It might be a defense. Some men end up with women too, that they need their ego.
Yes, now.
They need it for their sanity. Some petty women, malice keeping, I will never agree.
I will never forgive.
20 years after, you're still narrating something that has passed. You're still poisoning children. You know, some women just need their ego to remember that they are men. Men who their women cannot make them feel like men. I just want, because now that Akinboyewa put it like that, it's not like we've not seen such women. Women who they don't know where to honor their man. It's not that the man is loving you, and because he's always helping you with your bag, you don't know when you're in family gatherings that you should tilt a bit or you should come down a bit and say, no.
Don't carry, don't worry, I'll carry.
You know, so that you honor him as well.
Let me take this call from Philip. Philip, are you there?
Hello?
Good morning, Philip. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yes, first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Moyo. Yes, let me first come to what Miriam said, that some people don't change over during marriage. Actually, some people do change. Not really that they wanted to change, but because the slogan says, "Na man make man wicked." Okay? So that's aside. Then again, let me apologize on behalf of Mama Obasanjo, because I'm not sure she understood what she meant. She said rather, because she actually generalized the whole matter. It is you, Moyo, that is trying to contextualize it or rephrase what she said. Thank God my voice has already betrayed me. I'm a man. Just like Dr. Moyo said. Dr. Moyo is very correct. It is very wrong. It is satanic. It is immoral. It is ungodly for somebody to be in a relationship with not just maybe on the road or kind of a relationship with your own wife, the mother of your children, and you cannot say, "Oh dear, I'm sorry." What does it take from a man to say, "I'm sorry"? It's the simplest thing. I don't know why people find it difficult.
Hey.
It is very wrong. How can't you say, "I'm sorry"? I'm sorry. Just simple, "I'm sorry." You cannot say.
I am sorry. 3 letters.
In fact, I'm short of words for a human being. And such a man will go to the office and be telling me,
his boss, sorry.
"I am sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am." And you cannot say that to your own wife. That is just what I want to say.
Thank you very much, Philip. So, I like the angle Mr. Philip brought it in. But the reality is that we live in Nigeria and Africa, where there are some men, they are growing up. That's how they were raised. They have never seen their father apologize to their mother for beating her up or talking to her anyhow, or even when they are fighting, the father never apologized. So they don't have that in their software.
No. But do you know what it used to be different? Languages were different.
So the point I'm trying to make is that when you have a man like that, so it's easy for Mr. Philip to say, I'm sorry. But another man finds it extremely difficult.
But he will give his
help that kind of a man.
Okay, let me tell you what is happening to boys like that.
Yes.
They are going to school. They are dating people who were raised differently. And they've done first relationship. It did not work out because I did not apologize. Second relationship, it did not work out because I was unkind. Third relationship, so they are thinking, they're sitting down with their boys and they're thinking, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Then they are learning and relearning. So, you know, Mr. Philip was saying some people do change. I guess you can develop yourself. So in that way, by the time they get into marriage, they may still have a little bit of that, but I'm hoping that men like that are more open. People who are just so set in their ways, they're not very exposed people. Because it is normal that as you relate with people, you open your horizon, you understand different people, you understand culture. That's education. It modifies you. Then you become a better version of your upbringing. Yes, we understand that all our upbringings, we've had limitations, and we learn from each other. We see this person has this strength, and we're learning. So that's what it is. And the conversation, I would still say, has to be to the boys. I think men are not getting that sort of education that women get constantly on how to behave. That saying I'm sorry thing, I've heard it, you know. I used to hear it in the past. I don't know anyone that thinks like that anymore. In my close circle, really, I don't know anyone that thinks that way. People know that they would apologize when they've done something wrong. And people know that, and people also understand, you know, I'm also talking for the women too. Men also stand up to women who are not nice now. Yes. They will not take it. Men, they know how to do this more than anyone. Yes. There's some disrespect they will not take. Yes. They will tell you the first time, the second time, the third time, then you say a different person.
Yes. Okay, let me take Dr. Frick, I believe. Good morning, are you there? Hello, good morning, you're live. Mr. Frick?
Hello.
Morning, are you there? You're live.
Hello.
Yes, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Yes, all right, thank you. So this is my take. Life is not about gender. You can't genderize some things. All right?
Yes.
You can't say respect or feelings can be genderized. If you can hurt, you can apologize. If you can mess up, you can clean up. Simple. Regardless of who or what you are. Because it's not the flesh, it's the soul, and the soul has no gender. So whatever you do, you must be ready for the consequences. That is the ideal. Now, I understand the drift of people in marriages where the married, permit me to use the word monster, and the guy is all in all and all that. Regardless, they will never come to the fruition of their purpose or destiny with such a man, because each time you have to swallow trash just because it doesn't have, it reduces you, and before you know what, you take it out of your marriage. It goes beyond your marriage. People out there begin to treat you like that. You become a trash can. So a woman in marriage is hurt and cannot demand apology. Is absolutely unacceptable and wrong, regardless of the age and time.
Fantastic.
The reason why a lot of men will not leave this country to travel overseas is because they will not be allowed to flex their ego like they used to. So at this day and age, I think any right-thinking man hurts his wife, he should apologize. It's not gender thing, it is normal. If you hurt, you appease. It's just like that. The fact that somebody is the man of the house, in fact, would set the tone of responsibility and values for the children in the way they see him exalt and eulogize their mom. The way I was raised was, you are not ready to be a husband until you can say sorry for no reason. You don't even have to hurt your wife to apologize.
Yes, so just
because my parents supposed to know, do you want to be right or you want to be happy? So sometimes you need to sacrifice to be happy. And that goes both ways.
Yeah. Dr. Frick, thank you so much.
Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
Yes. Thank you very much. Let's take a few comments and wrap up.
Charabdin Adesonya says, for a successful marital bliss, both couples must be able to apologize when at fault. One of the signs is that, this is a Quran quote. One of his signs is that he's created mates for you from yourselves, that you may find rest in them. He puts between you love and compassion, most surely these are signs for people who reflect. This is a Quran. I love this verse.
Mr. PJ Comedian says, growing up, my father never apologized. Even when he maltreats my mom, this led to scatterization of our family. I grew up vowing to do things differently. So today, I apologize whether I am right or wrong.
So
okay, we have to wrap up. Let me take this one. So, says the scripture Obiajulu was looking for is Proverbs 5:18. Rejoice with the wife of your youth.
Thank you so much, darling. Yeah.
All right, so let's go on a break. When we come back, I mean, so generally, let me just wrap up on this. Generally, I think it's education. Yes, we all have different backgrounds on how we're raised, but we continue to evolve and build ourselves. So just like Dr. Freak says, do you want to be happy? Do you want to be right? Or do you want to be happy? You know, you choose what you want. So I think the most important is that we're human beings, we're souls. When you wrong someone, you apologize, regardless of the gender. That's pretty much what the conversation has brought out. Let's go on the break. When we come back, move on to another topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.